and turn it on. Try that one more time, turn it on. And if you can see that, the backlight did come up. So that's awesome. I'm going to give it one more second just to make sure there's video. And there's video. I'm happy. Can I unplug that? So I'm going to tilt this forward one more time so I can finish seating everything. Now, one thing that happened here that'll probably happen to you guys all the time if it doesn't already is that the sleep magnet tends to pop out when you're replacing the LCDs. You got to be really sure that that's in there before you replace the LCD. Otherwise, you end up with a machine that does not go to sleep when you close the display. Now, that's something you guys already know, though, because you're rock stars. Cool. So tilt this guy back up, get it seated. Awesome. And now I'm just going to screw the bezel frame back to the display rear housing. And I'm going to pause here for a sec because actually one of my cables ended up routing where the screw hole is. So I'm just going to reroute that and keep going. It sucks if the mic doesn't work after you mash it against the display rear housing. Cool, so the next step is going to be to get the clutch cover seated again. So I'm just going to push it down, and this one is seating pretty easily. Basically what you want to look for is to make sure that the gap in between the clutch cover and the LCD panel is even for the whole thing. If it's not, you want to spend some time evening it out before you just go ahead and screw it back in. Okay, cool. So if you remember before when we released the clutch cover, not only did we release it from the front, but we released it from the back. So I want to make sure that it's snapped back in the back now, because if you notice when you turn it over, if you haven't snapped it into place, you have this really ugly gap in between the clutch cover and the display rear housing, and that's an easy gap to accidentally not see. So that's a good thing to try to remember to catch it. The way that I'm going to reseat this is that I slide my black stick in between the bottom case and the rear of the clutch cover, and I use that leverage with just a little force on the display rear housing to snap it back into place. It really doesn't take a lot. You hear that nice snapping sound, and now it is all nicely seated. Flip it back over and get my bezel popped back in. Open the bar. Battery back in. And voila. So that is how you replace the LCD on a MacBook without removing the top case. If you guys have any questions, let me know.